All right, guys, in this video, we're gonna show you the guy that we showed you a couple weeks ago. His name was Jeff. He had a red 1969 Chevelle. This week, we're gonna show you his blue 1969 Chevelle. It's all happening right here, right now, on After the Smoke Clears.
Hello, my name is Jeff, and this is my 69 Chevelle convertible. I bought this Chevelle 3 years ago. I was looking for a 66 red Chevy Nova. I went to look at it at this place called North Shore Classics, north side of Chicago. They had the 66 Nova. I was checking it out, and as I'm walking through the showroom, this color blue was popping, man. I just couldn't stop looking at it. It was a little bit out of my price range, what I was looking to buy, and looking at it, and I crawled under it and looked at it, and we left. I couldn't stop thinking about this car. It had the convertible top up when I looked at it in the showroom. And then I asked my wife to go with me, and we went and looked at it again. She probably thought we were looking at the Nova, but I really wanted to look at the blue Chevelle again. And when I went back, they had the top down, and that was it for me. I had to have this car. But I still had to talk my wife into allowing me to purchase this high-end car. And in talking with her and telling her how great of a family car it'll be, and all the little white lies I might have come up with to get, honestly, my wife's wonderful, and she allowed me to purchase the car. Never in 3 years have I even regretted one day of owning this car. So maybe my only dislike is the hood is probably a little higher than I would like, because I am 50 years old. I'd like it to be a little shorter, but there's a purpose for it. There's a 502 big block, and I believe it's a crate engine with a 900 Holley carb. I got the car and I drove it around the first summer. I bought it in June. Within a couple months, I realized there's some upgrades I was gonna have to do to the car. So that first winter, because whenever I would drive, it's got a 411 rear end in it. Well, first, what does it have? It's got the 502, and it had a Rock Crusher 4-speed transmission in it with the 411 rear end. Well, that being said, when I would drive the car to go golfing, and that's, honestly, this is my high-priced golf cart. When I would drive, I drive about 20 miles to go golfing couple times a week. Well, when I was driving there, I'm going 65 miles an hour, and the car was winding out at like 4,000 RPMs, and I know that's not good for the car. And people were flying by me, and I'm embarrassed. I got this beautiful hot rod looking car, and unless I'm gonna drive it at 4,500, 5,000 ARPs, I couldn't get it up over 65, 70 miles an hour. So over the first winter that we've had this car, I brought it in. I got a 5-speed Tremec transmission, 5 on the floor, 5-speed Tremec transmission installed. And then I said, heck, while you're there, let's put some new shocks on it. So we got coil over shocks all the way around the car. And then I'm like, I don't like the manual the manual steering anymore. So I had them put a racket pinion steering system on here. Needless to say, we put a lot more money into it than I expected to. But it is my daily driver. I drive it every day. I'm fortunate enough to have a garage at my warehouse, and I got a garage at home. So when I go to work, I park in my garage. When I go home, I park it in the garage. If it's raining, I take one of my other vehicles. All right, so since buying the car, I put the transmission in, I put the racket pinion steering in, power steering. I put the 5-speed transmission in. But every time I drove the car, and I loved all the upgrades and with the shocks and everything, and every time I drove the car, all I would do is spin the tires. So finally I said, well, heck with that. I'm gonna get a pair of Mickey Thompson slick. I put the slicks on the car. I didn't get a block away from my warehouse, I blew out the rear end. Soon as it had some traction, that rear end fell right out of the car. It was way too much for the car, or for the rear end. So back to the shop it went. Had to have it towed for that one. Back to the shop, and we put a fresh 411 rear end in it. Ever since, it's been really a good driver. Hydraulic clutch, I wanted a hydraulic clutch because I got a bum leg, so it make it a little bit easier for me to drive. I drive this car like I stole it every day I drive the car. If I get a block that nobody's around, you're gonna see me going fast. Except when I got my dog in the car with me. I kind of make sure I don't throw her out. As you see, my dog's in the back seat. She's ready for a ride. This is my family car. We go out, we go to get Starbucks. When we go out to dinner, we take the car. Anywhere we go, anywhere we can go, if it's possible, if the weather's gonna be okay, we're taking the car. Hello, my name is Jeff. This is my 69 Chevelle convertible, and that's why I'm a car guy.
So Levi, I didn't get a chance to do it, but you got a chance to go for a ride in that blue car. What did you think?
Yeah, his 69 convertible is very, very nice car. Has a very original interior. It has had a lot of work done to it. Jeff, I've known Jeff for a while. Jeff bought that car already finished. Didn't like a lot of the things that the car had done to it already, and turned around and went and changed it all. So he put rack and pinion steering in it. He changed the rear end in it. He changed the transmission in it. He went with a Tremec 5-speed in that car.
Cool.
Now he jumps on the highway. He's probably doing 2,500 RPMs at 85 miles an hour, which makes me a little jealous.
Yeah, that's cool.
But that car has a 411 gear in the back, so it's got a nice high gear. But I'll tell you what, that thing hauls the groceries.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
One of the cool things about that car was Jeff drives that car every day. He drives it to work. He actually even uses it as a golf cart.
Absolutely.
I mean, tell us a little bit about that.
Absolutely, because, and he's not that good of a golfer, I'll just say that out loud. But Jeff does drive that to the golf course. He drives it back and forth to work. That guy loves putting miles on that car. But, you know, Jeff's an old school car guy. He loves the Chevelle. I love that he has two of them. It's not bad enough the guy's got one really cool Chevelle, but he's got two really cool Chevelles.
Yeah,
one with a great story. One was a newer, already completed car. But you know what? Jeff always puts his twist on everything. So, you know, he made it faster. He made it more drivable. It's just a great car. I know that he's going to change the rims on it soon. Jeff is definitely somebody to admire if you're a car guy.
Yeah. Well, listen, if you've missed the episode with Jeff's red car, there's actually a really cool tribute at the end that you might want to catch. So I will leave a link in the description for you guys to look at.
Okay, guys, in next week's episode, we're going to be talking to a cool guy named Jim. Jim has a 1961 Willys.
Or do you say Willis?
Well, I say Willys.
Okay.
But it's a Willys wagon. And I'm telling you, this thing is awesome.
It's beautiful. Don't say awesome. It's beautiful.
It is beautiful.
Fully restored. He told me frame off restoration.
That's right.
Okay. So I think it's pretty cool. Tell me where you met this guy at.
So I was at the Lamont Cruise Night, and I was walking around checking out all the cool cars there with my 65. And I walked up on this guy, I saw him from a block away, and I knew I had to go over and talk to him. Kind of a quiet guy. He was standing by his Jeep talking to a guy. I call it a Jeep, it's actually a wagon. But he was standing there talking to a gentleman, and I walked up and interrupted it and told him that absolutely that he needed to be videoed by us and interviewed for after the smoke clears. Because you don't have to have a cool fast car, but you could have a cool wagon, and that's exactly what he's got.
That's right. So you gave him a card. The guy emailed us, said he was interested in having us shoot a video. We scheduled him. We went out. We filmed this video, and man, what a nice car. You guys are gonna want to tune in next week and see this thing. He has restored it, oh man, back to like virtually perfect. I looked underneath this thing. It is totally clean. The frame is spotless on this car. And of course, we'll grab some photos of that. So show up next week and make sure you don't miss the episode of
After the Smoke Clears.